It gives you financial breathing room, right? That 5 to 10K monthly covers most people's living expenses, eliminating the survival pressure and allowing for strategic thinking later on. You also have investment capital. You have confidence that you're actually building because you're making money. You get access to a bigger network, and you also can develop your skills even farther, right? I've shown you guys me literally within the last year investing over, what was it? It's like 60 grand, $60,000. And the ROI that's had not only on my business, but just on my life is groundbreaking. So being able to have that disposable income to actually invest in yourself, in your business, and what you're doing is priceless. So here's a little bit about what the blueprint will look like, right? We talked about C players and B players. We talked about A players, and we talked about being a business owner. So when we first start, we want to be the B/C player. So this looks like copywriter and or SDR/setter. So I talked about SDRs and setters before. These are people who set sales calls. So they get people's audience to actually book calls with them to see if they qualify for whatever they're selling. And then the other option is copywriter. Very, very simple. You write copy for businesses and they pay you. That's basically it. And then once you know these, you graduate to being an A player. As if you start as a copywriter, this looks like being a digital marketer. If you start as an SDR/setter, this looks like being in remote sales. And if you want to be a business owner, this is how you reach $1 million. You go with the marketing agency/scaling and you outsource your remote sales. True congratulations for making it this far in the course. I want to take a moment to acknowledge something important, which is that you're still here. That might not sound like a lot, but it actually means everything. Realize that most people who started this course with you have already dropped off. They got distracted, they made excuses, and they convinced themselves, I'll come back later, when they know that's not entirely true. But not you. You're still here, you're still learning, and you're still pushing forward. So ask yourself, but why? Right now, at this very moment, you could be doing literally anything else in the whole entire world, in the whole universe. Scrolling social media, watching Netflix, hanging out with friends, or doing any of the 1,000 other things that people do to avoid the hard work and building something real. But instead, you chose to be here. You chose to invest your time in learning skills that can change your life. That choice, especially when no one is actually forcing you to make it, reveals something important about your character. It shows that you have what most people lack, which is the willingness to delay gratification and to do the work that success requires. And I don't take that lightly. Your time is your most valuable thing that you have, and you're choosing to spend it learning from me. That's a responsibility that I personally take seriously. So here's my commitment to your success. Look, because you've shown the dedication to make it this far, I'm making you a promise, a genuine promise. I'm going to dedicate the next several months of my life to giving you the absolute best chances possible of success, getting paid from these skills, if you're willing to put in the work. We've got a long way to go in this course. We've covered the foundation, but now we're diving into the tactical skills. This is where we get into exactly what keys to press on the keyboard and how you're going to start making money. This is where most people's attention starts to waver the most. The excitement of the beginning starts to wear off, and it starts to feel like a grind. And then this is the real work. This is where the real work begins. The next few sections require focus, dedication, and a willingness to push through when things get challenging. So, my friends, with all that being said, let's lock in and begin. You're going to feel an invisible force pulling you away, but your first challenge, if you can't handle watching a long course, I will admit it is long. That is easily worth $60K in value. If you can't handle that, then how do you expect to handle all the challenges and hardships that come with success? So, this is your first challenge. Let's see what you do with it. Yo, hey, what's up, everybody? You're back, and we're going to be hopping into the copywriting and marketing psychology masterclass. In short, this is just how you get people to buy stuff. How you get people to buy stuff, because all business is convincing other people to give you money. Maybe you're giving them something, maybe you're teaching them something, maybe you're showing them something, maybe you are doing something for them, doing a service. There's lots of different things that you can do, but it is really just that, showing people that you can solve the problem and you're the best at solving the problem and you are the best option to solve the problem. And here's how you do that. Because today we're going to be spilling the sauce. This section isn't about writing better. We're going to be learning how to get inside someone's head and stay there until they buy. We're unpacking the real sauce. The psychological switches that billion-dollar companies use and flip on purpose. The frameworks that you can apply to any product, any offer across any industry, and you'll learn how to write words that move people. But more importantly, you'll understand why they move. Because the best marketers, they write in a way that digs into the brain of the reader like a parasite that cannot be removed. It literally makes people buy. So, going into this, I want to first start by showing you the free resource database. Now, like I said, if you want access to this, you can just message me on Instagram at tyson.scales, or you can download it with the free copy starter kit down below in the description. But as you can see, we have a lot of resources when it comes to copywriting, and we also have a lot when it comes to client acquisition, so actually getting clients. But there's just a ton. There is just a metric ton from like writing copy with AI, email examples, 120 winning hooks to get you inspired so that you can write really good copy. So before we get into everything, you have everything at your fingertips. No lie, no joke. It is literally all there, and it's free. It is actually all free. I'm not charging no $27, no $299. Free. Man, leave a like on the damn video, bro. This is absolutely nuts. So, marketing is the ultimate money superpower for online beginners. Here's what nobody tells you about making money online as a beginner. Every successful online business is essentially a marketing business that happens to sell something. Think about it. Amazon is a marketing platform that happens to sell products. Netflix, marketing, they happen to sell streaming content. Uber, marketing. Your favorite influencer, marketing expert. They're all in the business of getting attention, building trust, and converting that trust into revenue. Every single one of them. That's marketing in a nutshell. But there's so much more to dive into. So think of making money like upgrading your character, right? Right here I have Dark Souls. I think this is Dark Souls 3, right? I don't know. One of the Dark Souls games. It's basically one of those games where you get to build your own character. You get to pick which attributes you want to build. If you want to build a tank, you can build a tank. If you want to build like I don't know, there's different like magic builds. I'm not that into it, right? I am a little bit nerdy, but I'm not that crazy. I can't tell you every single build. But you have certain attributes that you can increase. And as someone who wants to get rich one day, this is one of the ones that basically everybody has to have. Like it's like your HP or something, or like just your attack power. Like you're going to have to consistently, all the time, put time, energy, and effort into marketing, into having people know you exist, knowing what you do, knowing you, liking you, building trust to the point where they actually want to spend money. Not only with you, but with the businesses that you work for. Because this, again, goes both ways. You have double opportunity when it comes to learning a skill like marketing because of this. You're able to sell your marketing skills to other people and get them paid, which in turn gets you paid, and you're able to market yourself to those people so that you get those opportunities and you get paid. Marketing is always going to be your biggest stat in the game and will always pay off the most. So here's what you're actually going to be learning. First is marketing psychology, so how to grab attention and convert it into cash. Next is actually writing the copy itself. This is where theory meets the actual keyboard. And then finally is the advanced marketing strategies, all in one. And this is going to be a big one. So let's hop in. Here's what you're going to be getting. So the most usable knowledge. So you're going to get more usable knowledge than most people get in a 4-year university degree in this one video. The exact tools and systems that I've used to make millions with marketing, and they're the exact tools that I've learned from other people, like the biggest copywriters and marketers in the industry today and for the last 50 years that have made billions and billions of dollars, and a step-by-step game plan to getting you paid within the next 30 days or less with copywriting while you're still learning, because you can learn and earn with this skill without spending any upfront cash, and that is the beauty of it. So here is the psychology fundamentals when it comes to marketing. Now, the first thing you need to know is this: from fear